This is a flip through of Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures, illustrated by Millie Marotta. The cover is slightly glossy, but I'm pretty sure it's colorable, and so is the back. It says, Millie explores an array of beautiful birds and intriguing characters found among the world's glorious treetops, from sugar gliders and veiled chameleons to zebra finches and magnolia warblers. This is published by Lark Books. It is a sewn binding and should lie pretty flat when coloring. This has thick paper. It is a very nice thick paper. It is bright white with, I'm thinking that the ink is definitely dark gray, not black. The book is double-sided. It is a shame because I would love to do one of her illustrations with my alcohol fine liners. So it's not perforated. We get some wallpaper pages, which I have to say are some of my favorite things to color. There are different versions of a different variety of pictures and in the way that they're presented. She has absolutely beautiful illustration. And even though she draws in the Zen doodle style, one most certainly does not have to color in every single space when doing these pictures. You can take a whole section and color it, and then the lines will come through as being the texture. So you could color the whole breast one color, or you could separate it in, however you want to color it. You don't have to go in coloring every line. But, on the other hand, you can color every single line. Personally, for me, it would depend on the picture. Some of the pictures I feel are meant for me, are the type that I like to do every single little space, and then others I'm not so interested in doing that way. Now, in her early books, just like Kirby Rosanna's and Joanna Basford, they seemed to think that we wanted to draw. So here we have a picture, and on this side, the Zen doodles are mostly missing, and you're supposed to add your own. However, I just color these pictures without drawing because I'm not interested in drawing. So she has some double spreads like this. This one is joined by the thing, and this here. Now here's a creature rather than a bird. So we're going to have a few of those. The foliage helps make these interesting so that they're not all exactly the same. There's a mandala. Not very many mandalas in this one. So we have birds sitting on vines, we have birds sitting in trees, we have pictures with no backgrounds, though those are limited. Again, another creature, so we're not strictly doing birds, and that's what the other Treetop Treasures mentions. So my book isn't lying flat right now because I need to crack it open, and it will. Another mandala. I have no idea what the different birds are, so one could, we'll see when we get to the back whether she tells us, but if she does, one can look them up and color them the real way. Or, like me, I'm just going to color them whatever color I want, unless I actually know the bird. Like this is obviously a blue jay, but, and so is that, but otherwise, I would color that in, I guess what we call pop art, doing bright and vivid tones rather than real life. That's what I do in our other books. So some are quite detailed and others are fairly simple. Just don't get hooked up on all the little tiny spaces in a fully Zen-doodled picture. Remember, you can color a whole section one color. This is lovely paper. This is what one should expect from a mainstream publisher. And yes, here at the back, she goes in order, I guess starting from the beginning. She names the birds. So one can go look them up. Yes, it looks like they're in order because it just starts. And then there's a blank page at the back where you could do your pen testing. Once again, this is Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures, an adult coloring book by Millie Marotta.